Hey guys, welcome to the Business of Flowers. I'm Patience Pickner, AIFD, and along with North American Wholesale Florist in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, we are going to start bringing you some instructional videos, just some good tips with business and design and all things floral. So the first one we're going to do today is talking a little bit about labor, which has become kind of a problem for a lot of industries, but especially the floral industry. And so you need to make sure that you're making arrangements that aren't labor intensive, but they're still beautiful and long lasting, and your customers will enjoy them. So we're kind of known for our low and lush arrangements here, and the simplest way that we found to do them is to just start with a nice cylinder base. This is a pretty large one, as you can see, but this is a bigger arrangement. You can go down into like the 3-inch. I believe this is a 5 or 6 inch. So there's all different sizes. We're gonna do a little larger one today. And we always start our low and lush with hydrangea, because we get hydrangea every week by the case. It's just a good base for a lot of the low and lush arrangements. It's quick, it's simple, it's easy. They're beautiful, fresh, long lasting, and because we automatically get an entire case of them every week in the 3 different colors, then we can work a better deal with our wholesaler. So make sure that if you're buying certain flowers by the case, if you lock that price in for the entire year, you can get a really good deal from North American. So talk to your rep and your salesperson and make sure that you're getting really good deals, the best deals they have to offer. North American does a wonderful job with customer service, and I think they're one of the best with that. So just give them, talk to your salesperson and let them know you're thinking you'd love to buy some things year-round by the case, and you can lock in a better price. So this recipe, we do a lot of recipes here. It again cuts down on labor cost because you don't have to think, you just look at the recipe. This recipe calls for 5 hydrangeas, so we're going to start with that. You want to remove the larger leaves on the bottom, and make sure when you're working with hydrangea that you always use a nice sharp knife. Give it a really nice crisp cut. And normally I would have my quick dip here for your allium, but I like to use quick dip and give it a little dip, but I forgot to grab that. But what we always do is just give it a little dip while we're designing to make sure that it draws the water up really nice fresh cut. And you can see very quickly I've got a nice start to an arrangement here. The next part of our recipe is 6 roses, and of course our designers can choose which color roses they'd like to use. We're going to use these beautiful purple roses that North American supplied for us. All roses have those guard petals, and they have done studies that if you can leave the guard petals on, the roses can last up to 30% longer, but sometimes they're just a little too rough, and the customers would probably wonder about that. So it's kind of case by case if you take the petals off or not. I do like to group my flowers too, so you can see I'm doing a nice grouping here of the roses, and then I'll bring that color back into the back of the design and do another smaller grouping back here. We do want to put the important flowers up front, and the roses are definitely important, so we want to make sure the majority of them are kind of facing the front of the design. This recipe calls for a couple rice flower or similar priced flower. Again, that way the designers can kind of tweak the recipe to suit what's in the cooler. So we're going to do 1 in front and 1 off to the side here a little bit. These scoops are lovely. This was on North American's pre-book this week, and I just love how these little babies look. And they're so reasonably priced, but they're such a unique look, and everybody's looking for fun textures and unique blooms right now. So your customers will love these. If you don't use them, you might want to give them a shot, because my customers really enjoy them. So we're just going to tuck them in here, and you can see some of them I tuck right through the hydrangea. Okay, we're almost done here. You can see how fast this is going together. It really is a fast design. And then Veronica. Who doesn't love Veronica? It's one of my favorites. I just love the movement that it gives to a design. Again, we're just gonna kind of move those around in the design. Make sure that you're putting flowers that have a curve like that. Make sure you're making the curve point into the arrangement. So into the arrangement versus out of the arrangement. Okay, got 4 of those in this recipe, so we're gonna pop those in. One more maybe up front there. Can't see the front, but I'm hoping it's turning out pretty good. And then last but not least, we want a little bit of an accent flower. We're gonna use this beautiful calcedea from North American Wholesale. This is one of my favorite fillers. And you know, it's not always available. It's not a year-round sort of accent. So you wanna make sure that when it is in season, you're grabbing some because it's beautiful and fun to work with. And it just gives such great movement to these designs. It comes in a, they call this white, even though it has a little bit of a pink undertone to it. And then there's a pink that's more of like a burgundy. Works really good with those burgundy weddings. Let's see if we can tuck some in front here. Almost done. So if you have any questions about this design or any design that we will be doing in these series, you can reach out to me via email, Facebook, send me a message, or any of your salespeople at North American too can help you with any of this product. So you can see that you can do, you know, a quite large, quite expensive arrangement in very limited time just by having those recipes. So make sure that you're thinking about that when you're buying your flowers and buying your vases. You know, what kind of recipe are you going to put together for your employees and for your customers? So that is the end of this short little video. We want to keep them short and sweet, and I want to just thank North American again for their generosity. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this short video, and we'll see you again soon, okay?